What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and I'm out here in Guadalupe again, and I'm gonna try to take the ferry that goes through Pasig River. Gonna take all the way towards the last stop, Escolta, which is in Binondo. Now, apparently the ferry is free, and I think it's a first come, first serve. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a spot, but I'm gonna attempt. I think the next ferry leaves at 1:30. It's already like 1:10, so I'm trying to rush over there to see if I can manage to get a ticket to get in there and try to capture some views. I don't know, see how the vibes are over there. I'm a fan of riding ferries, and even better with this hot weather, we're riding by the river. So something different and another form of transportation to commute around the Metro Manila. So without further ado, join me. I gotta walk all the way towards the end. If there's no spots available for me, I'm just gonna hop in the MRT and then the LRT and make it towards that way. Today, another hot day in summer, but that's okay. Gonna try to make the most off of it today and explore around. So I'm in a little bit of a rush to see if I can get a spot. So I'll catch you when I'm in that other side. Here across the street should be the terminal. I'm gonna figure out how do I cross to the other side. Good news, guys. I made it just in time, so I'm just waiting for the ferry. Nice aircon over here. It's free, but they give you like a little ticket. You tell them where you're going and leaves at 1:30. So this is the ticket over here, my full name. And I guess the people will know where I'm going. Last stop, Escolta. And this is the station over here. I guess all these people are going to the same place. Maybe, maybe not. Ferry goes all the way in the other side. Let me see if I read the name here. Can't pronounce it, my Tagalog is horrendous, but it goes all the way until it reaches the waterfront. Pinabunatan. Forgive me for my horrendous Tagalog, but it's out there to take this ferry and wander around Chinatown, which is the oldest Chinatown in the world. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'm in the ferry now. We're gonna take off, so let's see how this goes. Very excited. Want to get some shots from out here. That was about an hour ride in the ferry. Made it right here by Pasig River Esplanade, which is in the other side. And the nighttime was the best time to come out here, but that was a pretty interesting ride, you know, smooth. The only thing, very hot, but it's up for an adventure, you know. And the best of all, it was free. So, you know, it was fun to ride all the way here to the old part of Manila. The only thing, you know, it passes the house where the president lives, so obvious reasons, security is high, so don't film when you're passing in that area. But other than that, you know, you can get some good shots. Perfect way to get around and see different parts of Metro Manila. So now I'm just gonna stroll around Binondo, which I haven't been here in a long time, the oldest Chinatown in the world. So since I moved to BGC, I haven't come here in a minute, but let's see what has happened, what changes has happened over here. I'm very excited. Now I'm gonna take this bridge and head towards the other side, and that's where Binondo should be. But like I say, this is an area that you should come in the nighttime. Pretty beautiful, like the lights and everything. They've done a very good job to develop all this area. That's the post office right here. And like I say, I haven't been in a minute in the older part of Manila, so very excited. For now, I'm just gonna focus on Binondo. I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit other neighborhoods like Quiapo. Maybe I will, depending. This is a little bit hot, it's 107 degrees. 96, but it feels like 107, but I'll probably stop in a 7-Eleven and get myself a water or something to hydrate myself. But then behind me, you see the sign right here, Chinatown. Then over here's another view of the river, which is pretty epic. But like I say, come in the nighttime, the weather's cooler and the lights, everything makes it actually nicer. It's actually Saturday today. And so far I can see new high-rise buildings being developed over here. I tell you, it's just something about Manila. A lot of people, they usually skip or talk really bad about Manila, but there's a lot of bustling activities happening over here, and you meet some really cool people. Like I say, today is Saturday, so I don't know if I'm gonna see it crowded or not. But I mean, no matter what day of the week you come, Metro Manila is always packed with action and people. So, like I said, I haven't been here in a minute because I've always been in Taguig and Makati, but now I'm excited to see what's going on lately over here, like an update video. You see all the action, the traffic and everything. Everybody entering Manila. And a lot of jeepneys, which I probably don't feel comfortable, but I rode it a few times. Spotted a 7-Eleven ahead of me, so a better way for me to get water and I can explore comfortable the area. One of my favorite neighborhoods in Metro Manila, Binondo, which is Chinatown, the oldest Chinatown in the world. But let me do a little water stop over here. I love the architecture. Like I say, if they renovate the streets a little better, maybe make it pedestrian, this city will be top notch. Part of the 7-Eleven right here, and here we go. Oh man, heaven. Hopefully now it gives me a little bit of energy to walk and explore around the area, you know. Very hot today, but it is what it is, you know. Nothing stops me. And over here, I noticed they got the decoration, even though Chinese New Year happened in February, I think. But I guess they take it very serious over here, you know, in terms of celebrations. So I'm gonna walk a little bit more towards Escolta and then make it an Omping Street to see what is the vibes. You see the old architecture. Wow, they got like a coffee shop over there. It's looking pretty nice so far. And I'm sure they're gonna build like a skyscraper, but everywhere you go, it's just developments. This one over here is like a newer version of building. So no matter where you go in Metro Manila, they're always developing. So far I'm noticing it's a little bit more organized, the street. But also keep in mind, Saturday, I think in a weekday it's actually more packed. Good thing, there's some breeze over here, so I'm not really like baking in the hot weather. So it's gonna be a little bit helpful for me to walk. I'm very excited to see what's going on here, what has been happening in this vibrant neighborhood. We're here a bit developing, not sure if it's like a condo, but a pretty high-rise building over here. So little by little taking shape. And then you see scaffoldings. Forgive me if I'm all like sweaty, you know, it's just the humidity over here, you just can't really avoid it. You just gotta take it in. You go somewhere cold, deal with it. Go somewhere hot, just deal with it. So when I get back to my house, I just gotta take a nice warm shower. But it's gonna be like heaven. Here you see the scaffolding. So they're doing their best, you know, to develop the streets. As you can see, they got like a lot of cable wires. So hopefully in the future they take down the cable wires and make the area look, you know, more presentable. Looking at the rendering of the building that's being built towards my left, wow, it's gonna be modern and tall. I discovered there's like an alleyway over that way, and then ahead of me, it's a cathedral, the church in Omping Street, one of the icons over here in this neighborhood. You see the church here, which is beautiful. So today's pretty chill, it's not really that busy or crowded. You know, here we got this alleyway that I never knew it was here, but it seems like they got a lot of food and options. Look at this. Bro, I had no idea about this street. And I've been here many times, but it's just been so long. And then it just keeps going straight. Also, I think this is the happening spot. And today, because it's Saturday, it's not lunchtime anymore. Maybe now is a good time to grab food. Oh, wow. It's pretty interesting. And then the shortcuts towards the other side. Then I make a left and I should be in Omping Street. So very good to know. Once you exit this area, I'm over here on the other side, which is kind of like the Canal Street of Manila, like the main area. And a lot of business, you know, a lot of cool restaurants, a lot of street food. So a lot of people, they come here for the food. So I think like some of the top foodie areas out in Manila is Binondo and Quiapo. You know, Quiapo is also another vibrant neighborhood right here. And here in the corner, this is, I think, a soup joint that is always packed with people. I had it one time and it was good. But people are always lining up to get some soup. There's people over here, wow. And then this is the bustling Omping Street right here. Behind me is where the action happening. Usually the lines to this place is actually even longer in other times. But maybe when you go in lunchtime or dinner time, that's when it's gonna be super packed. But yeah, a lot of, you know, like I say, food scene is pretty big here in the Filipino culture. And they take their food seriously. You can see the noodle joint. Oh, it's packed with people on the inside. So I would hate to drive in a place like this. Traffic and everything. Plus the streets are tight. I tell you, driving in Metro Manila is not for the weak. Done it multiple times and I got used to it, but Even people who have experience like me, it just hits different when you're driving in a bustling metropolis like this. I think in total, Metro Manila has 14 million people living around here. One of the most densely populated cities in the whole world. But you know, a lot of vibrancy and a lot of action happening over here. You see what's going on, street food, vendors. It's more on the other side. There's this joint called Mr. Ube. Not sure if it's good, but I always see like people lining up in the other side. I want to cross. This over here must be good. And it just keeps going here. You can see the vibrancy. The market. There's something over there that has a lot of people, so it's probably some good food joint. But you never get bored in a neighborhood like this, you know, packed with action. Look at everybody here queuing up to get some food, I guess. Or they specialize like in egg tarts. See it from right here, wow. Be busy behind me, you know. That place must be good because there's a lot of crowds over there lining up to get snacks and food and everything. You can still see some of the decorations of Chinese New Year. But yeah, gotta watch out with the cars. The street is actually pretty tight. And then you see the road keeps going over here. There's more action right here. Pretty nice. I don't know if you can hear me because the noise is actually pretty loud. And then you can see how they develop all these tall condos right here. Like I said, I think the only thing that ruins it is cable wires, or the spaghetti wires like they call it here. They would probably put it underground. I'll tell you, this will be actually a nicer city than what it is. But it's still a nice city, and I never get bored of it, you know, always vibrant. But it seems like they have renovated over here and they amplify the street. This must be a new building. And it keeps going straight. If I keep going straight, it would take me in the borderline of Quiapo. And then there's more, it's like you don't know where to go. Everywhere you go is just vibrant. Look how the street keeps going, wow. Pretty vibrant, you know, I see the people and everything. And believe it or not, maybe the buildings kind of cover up so the heat doesn't really feel as brutal. Look at the traffic over here. Tight street and pretty crazy, you know, because the streets are super tight. And then over here, it seems like they're developing a super tall condominium. So no matter where you go in Metro Manila, like I say, if you're in one of the 16 municipalities, you're gonna see developments all over. You know, a lot has changed with the skyline, so it makes it actually pretty interesting. But let me keep walking straight, because once I walk straight, I'm gonna pass the LRT underground. Then on the other side is Guadalupe Street, but it's kind of like the main street of Quiapo, bustling neighborhood out here in Manila. I'm starting to feel the heat kick in. But that's how it is here. No matter what hot the weather is, no matter if it's brutally hot, people are still out and about here. And it's like you don't know where to go. Every street that you see is totally walkable and worth it to explore. Just be careful with the cars. But they got a bit scaffolding over here, so we're gonna walk straight towards the other side. Gonna push her a little bit. I'm gonna make it towards Guadalupe Street by Quiapo. Got a beautiful church right here. But you know, Philippines has church all over. And a lot of them, they put details in the architecture, but pretty bustling out here. See the busy street and everything out here. And I see a sign that says Escorta Ferry Station. That's the station that I got off at, which was actually pretty nice. So you get off the ferry, then you can just walk around here. So many ways to commute in Metro Manila. And then over here's a nice building that I tell you. It seems like they're gonna renovate it. It's a beautiful architecture, even though it's old, but if they renovate it, it'll be actually beautiful, you know. Once you come to this city, comparing to other cities in Southeast Asia, there's a lot of Spanish influences out here. That's why I think it makes Manila unique from the other cities nearby. And over here's the LRT station, and once I cross the street, it's gonna be bustling Quiapo. But the last time I came, it wasn't really that busy. I think they organized a little bit, but let's see. Let's check out the updates, because it's been a minute since I've been here, so I'm excited to see what's happening. This is it, this is Quiapo. And it seems like now they changed rules. It used to be bustling all over here. Like you would be bumping people to people, a lot of vendors, but now, I guess they clear it up a little bit. And if you go in the other side of the road by Quiapo, that's the Muslim side. A little hidden gem that a lot of people, they don't know about, a lot of foreigners, but that's like, you know, the Muslim side. And I think that's what makes this neighborhood pretty cool and vibing. And then ahead of me, they got the Quiapo Church, which is also an icon in this district. Pretty standard. They got some street food, and they got markets and the side of the streets. It's probably really hot with the crowds over here. You're seeing a sample of what I'm talking about. It's from a distance, but it's too hot for me to go in there. I think this street would be actually cooler if it was fully pedestrian. Pedestrian would be good, because it would be like a shopping district over here. You could get anything for low prices, you know, and decent quality too, so very cool. And it's covered with malls, markets. They sell a little bit of everything, jewelry. But like I say, it used to be more bustling than this. Over here, see, they sell jerseys. Filipinos, they love wearing basketball jerseys, you know, because basketball, I think it's one of the main, or probably the national sport out here in the Philippines. Also, some of the people that play football. Here's another area that I can shortcut, but then the church is over this side. And here they sell sneakers and stuff. I think if I go in the other ways where they got food. Here's a market, but it's actually more chill than the other side. If you would have walked the other side, it would be busier, but yeah. If you come to Divisoria, it's actually more intense. Here they got street food. Wow. And here's like an outdoor market. It takes you to the other side of where I was exploring. Every street here is pretty vibrant, so. Then I think over here ahead of me is where they got the church. There should be a mosque around here too. It's fresh vegetables all over. I can't get bored of this area. You got literally everything here. Fish, fruits, vegetables. Literally everybody come out here to shop to get food or get their products. Then over here's iconic Quiapo Church.
Hi guys.
Which a lot of people, they take pictures. And the highways over that side, but yeah, pretty beautiful. Probably gonna do one more route ahead of me and see what's going on, and then wrap up the video for now. The main experience was I wanted to take the ferry and the Pasig River, and it was actually pretty fun. And look at this, pretty busy. Wow. So food, peanuts. So this neighborhood is literally packed with action and bustling. Until you get everything, even SIM cards they sell out here, so. It's actually crazy, man. You can't get bored. Everywhere to walk. And then ahead of me, I think it's La Quinta market. Then I got a chance to flip it and film it. But they were selling, hello kids. They were selling chicharron, and I'm from Puerto Rico, and we got like similar concepts right there, like chicharrones. So, what's up, man? Let me go, sorry people. Let me go ahead over here. I think there's a motorbike behind me. Look at this. Clothes, everything. Once you get to the end, it's La Quinta. La Quinta also has a ferry terminal station at the end. So yeah, but look at this action over here. The colors of the vegetables and the fruits. Wow. And vendors selling drinks. So you would never get hungry in this neighborhood. And then to my right, La Quinta, right here. It's a market and fish ports. I guess it specializes in seafood. I think if I walk in the other side, it turns more like into Muslim, the Quiapo area, but another area for you guys to explore out here. So that was a little bit of Quiapo. This is kind of still part of Quiapo, but I'm gonna walk back towards Recto and take the train back. Gotta take 2 trains back. You know, I'll figure it my way, but I just wanted to ride that ferry, and it was actually awesome. And here, it seems like they renovate the street. Like I said, if I keep going ahead, it should be Recto. And then I will take the LRT too, that'll pass it by Aurora, transfer in Cubao and get to the closest stop by BTC, which is Guadalupe. Then I'll figure if I take another form of transport or walk back to the condo. Kind of getting hungry, man. All I had was a little bit of a breakfast. It's already past 3 o'clock, so walking around here instead of the sidewalk, because I feel like it's faster. People take forever. But it is what it is over here. But I think I'm gonna start wrapping up my video. It was awesome taking the ferry and walking a little bit around Manila. So, but many other videos coming. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.